All right, everyone, here we go with the All Signs overview for the month of August 2023. I did my write-up on August. It's sitting there in the sltblog.com right on the home page. I would check it out. It's a very interesting month. We got a very interesting pre-shuffle here. Opens with an Empress. How about that? Most of this month, as I said in my write-up, a lot of the astrology, the astrological alignments pulling on the energies fall late in the month. They're all sort of crammed in. And the month opens with a full moon in Aquarius. But in between is a very big Lionsgate, which is only fueled even more by a new moon in Leo when that pops in around the 16th, I think, something around that point. Let's talk about Lionsgate. Because it's a portal energy, we get a lot of, or I get, a lot of skeptics that come here, Steve's Love Tarot. And I think this channel attracts them, in part, because I myself am one of them. I am. I have been skeptical of my abilities for the most I ever say about myself. You know, I talk about energy reader and shit like that here on video, but the most I ever say about myself is I'm perceptive. I can pick up on things. I spot patterns. I seem to be able to spot patterns and spot, like my brain is really good with puzzles and things like that. And that's it. The most I ever say about myself is I'm perceptive. But Lionsgate, it's a portal that happens on 8/8, August 8th. Now that's numerology. What I noticed from a very young age, probably about, I don't know, age 6 or so, is that something always happens. There's always something that happens. It causes a dramatic change of some kind. It's a very dramatic energy that happens at the beginning of August, in the beginning portions of August. So that's as far as I'll take it. You know, I'm going to pull on the Lionsgate energy. There definitely is an energy there, and it definitely is behaving like an explosion, exploding out all the things, creating a lake, I think I called it in my write-up in the middle. That lake on the surface is very calm. Underneath, there's a lot going on. Okay, it's a very powerful energy this year. I can already pick up the ripples on it. I'm probably not going to pull on it till around the 6th or so. But let's take a look at the month as a whole. All right, and let's see what's going on. I'm going to pull on the runner here, of course, but your energy's attached to this too. And I may talk about that here in the pre-shuffle. All right, so if you're a skeptic and you're like, well, 8/8, yeah, on August 8th, something happens. Portal season, 10/10, something happens. Yeah, every year, something happens. What it is, I don't know. We'll call it a portal. Sure, why not? But I like to take the hocus pocus out of this channel a little bit, you know? Everything is energy. That's science. We know that. And everything is connected, you know. So let's just take it for what it's worth. But I can tell you, going all the way back to childhood, I noticed something happens every year at this time. Whether it's the 8/8 portal or whether it's just a coincidence, which there's no such thing as. But hey, if it's a coincidence, it's a coincidence. But whatever it is, it's a powerful coincidence. All right? That said, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. All right? This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. So let's talk about August. All right? Let's do it. Empress. Just on the surface energy. Right? Just the surface. Just me talking to the universe. I'll share it with you. It was a pre-shuffle before the reading. Empress crossed by the 4 of Cups. All right? On your side, these are things that you thought, this is your energy, these are things that you thought never would happen. You dared not dream it. That actually kind of look like they might happen, right? You know, on the surface, things look like they're moving very slow, but they're not. They're moving very quickly. On the runner's side, since that's what this reading focuses on, they're focused on you, which is something they didn't want before. There's a lot of disappointment here because again, I'll show you why. Well, obviously, they see your value or they feel you, but yeah, that says it too. The King of Pentacles. They see your value. They can't replace you. They dismiss something that was irreplaceable. Underneath that, there's fear. What are they afraid of, though, with the 4 of Pentacles here? Well, they're afraid that it's all a bunch of pie in the sky and you're just going to tell them to fuck off. 10 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. I'll phrase it that way. I'll home spin it. They're afraid, right? Because now they want it. They're afraid that it's all just a bunch of pie in the sky happiness, rainbows sitting on a cloud, that kind of thing, and you're just going to tell them to fuck off. You've moved on. And I've been saying this, it's been coming up, especially in the Cancer angle, which is tied to the Leo angle here a lot in August. All right, and I talked about that on the weekly reading this past week. I've been seeing it a lot. They feel like you've moved on, walk toward your 9 cups, and that's causing them to obsess. There's definitely an obsession here with something they didn't want before. All right? But they come anyway. The Page of Cups is bookending the Empress. It's a small energy. It's a little apology. It's someone who feels small, but I think they're cautious. It's more caution here because of this fear. All right? That's just the surface energy. All right? Anybody can pull on surface energy. We're going to go much deeper. I'm going to shuffle the deck, and here we go. All right? Here we go. It's a powerful month. It really is. That Lion's Gate is like an explosion going off. Whatever that energy is, it clears a path. It creates a lake, really. It's the only way to describe it, I guess. Anyway, read my write-up on August. You'll get the picture. Let's pull on it right now. All right? Let's go. There's a lot going on this month. Uranus going retrograde, all that kind of... We'll pull on all of it, of course. But Lionsgate's the big story. That energy ripples through the whole month, whatever that energy is. This first card out is before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? And it won't let me shuffle anymore. That's it. Yeah. Lovers, yeah, they're feeling this on a high level. I got Lovers and Empress in close proximity. The cut card should back up the pre-shuffle. Boy does it. This Lovers ties right to that Empress energy. It's the love geese. They're in the air. It's the portal of your connection is wide open. It's what they're feeling. It's what they're feeling. The urge. They definitely want it. There's no doubt about it. It's two soulmates coming together in this context. It's a Lover's card that feels almost like a 2 of Cups to me. What comes after the cut? Fear. Again, the cut card should back up the pre-shuffle. I got them feeling you and fear over it. And we already know what the fear is because we talked about it in the pre-shuffle. All right, let's go. Okay, this next card out will be the overall energy. And it crosses that Lover's card, by the way, in my reading, energy-wise. Let's go. Give me the soulmate cycle here, universe, for the month of August 2023. I've already put it out there. The words are just for you. All right, let's see where we go. So everybody's on the same page. You know what I'm pulling on, right? Give me a reading. Let's go. Let's do it. Give me a reading. Oh, that's it. All right. Overall energy crossing the Lovers is liberation. Yeah, the only way they break free is almost some karmic debt that needs to be paid too. Those fears are a lot of being vulnerable. Because if you're not afraid to be vulnerable, you don't care if somebody's moved on or not. You're going to go get something you want. You're going to take your shot. When we're afraid what other people think or what might happen, oh my God, we don't take our shots in life. And when we don't take our shots, we miss out. If you don't ask, you don't get, right? You don't find out. If you want to know what would happen, go find out. You know, don't sit around and go, oh gosh, I wonder. These runners do that a lot. They're afraid of change. It's a liberation energy here. What's fueling it? You know, the 5 of Wands. Not a lot of resistance to them coming towards you. You know, I described the Lionsgate energy as an explosion, you know, that blows out all the other energy around. It creates kind of a big lake in the middle. Explosions cause ripples. The ripple effect here, those ripples, those waves are bringing them right to you. No doubt about it. But again, I can't predict free will, and we'll talk about that in a second. Our reading's on the flip. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how they're behaving in the 3D. Right here's their soul. Right here's the hidden energy, message from the universe, red with the energy of your connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. And I say potential because I can't predict free will. All I do is read the energy, read the pattern, read the chart, see where it's going, right? And from there, the roads are laid out. We just get wound up, and some higher power wants to see what we'll do. Well, you know, we'll see what they'll do. I'm ready. Let's go. Energy. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and I'll extend it if I need to. If I think I need to, I will. You already know there'll be a link in the description for an extended. I don't know yet. We'll find out. I think I should because I'm not extending any of the sign readings, which will start going up tomorrow, but we'll see. Energy around your connection. Very strange. Yeah, it is. It's very strange, very mysterious. Before I even pulled the card, I stopped. You saw me. I went, what is that? High Priestess. Yeah. Again, what have I been saying? Read my write-up on August. The energy around your connection right now, on the surface, it seems like nothing's going on. Underneath is a very strong undertow, an undercurrent, right? If it was a beach, there'd be a sign that says, do not surf today. High underpull or undertow, as they often call it. Yeah, Okay, we'll find out more when we clarify. Yeah, there's a lot going on underneath. On the surface, it might seem like everything's quiet. And what did I say in my write-up? When things are like this, things tend to happen very quickly. Things pop up. So I'm telling you that so you're prepared, so you're not surprised. All right? Keep that in mind. Keep your wits about you. All right? Your runners are not. How are they behaving in the 3D? Seven of Cups. A lot of confusion. They're confused by the feelings. They're confused. I believe it. With the Page of Cups bookending the Empress in the pre-shuffle, that's someone who's confused by their feelings. That's someone who's punching above their weight emotionally. Okay? And, you know, I suppose on the surface energy, they're trying to find, underneath the surface, they're trying to find a way to come in, but that's not really accurate. I don't want to say that. It's just confusion coming off of that. Oh, God. What do I do? Why can't I, you know? I said the only way to break free of this is to come towards you. That liberation energy is crossing that Lover's card. Let's pull on the soul energy, their soul energy. It bookends the High Priestess. Two of Wands. Yeah, underneath the surface, somebody is, from the soul level, has set the intention to come towards you. The energy flows here to here. So it's like, okay, on the soul level, underneath the surface, there's a plan to come towards you. Okay, I'm just phrasing it that way. All right, I doubt they have a plan, but there's a plan to come towards you. But when it gets to the 3D, it's in their head, in their real life, it's like, well, how do I make that happen? What do I do? And that it generates an energy of confusion. It's a swirl here. It's a bit of a whirlpool that's spinning this way, and then it spins that way, and then it spins this way. That's the way I feel confusion. All right, so I'm just showing you. All right, message from the universe. What's the fickle old gal got to say? It's red with the High Priestess. Lovers again. That was our card before the cut while we're here. It's crossed by the Nine of Pentacles. It's underneath the surface. And look, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna like go into August, nothing's happening, it's boring, there's nothing going on. Lionsgate energy is always like that. Whatever Lionsgate energy is, it's always a surprise. Something happens. Boom, out of nowhere. Underneath the surface here, you guys are coming together. Okay? And even in the soul. Yep, they're coming together. Somebody here is definitely soul focused on this. There's just confusion when it gets here. And that's explained by that Page of Cups in the pre-shuffle. Right? And the cards that came before, the fear. This is someone who's definitely worried too much about what might happen and too scared to find out what actually will. And that's a problem. That's always a problem in life. You should never be like that. I mean, be how you want to be, but that's not my life. I always wanted to find out. Gee, I wonder what would happen, right? If I make a decision not to do something, I'm good with that decision. I tend not to dwell on what ifs. But in some cases, I do find out what will happen. I'll take the road for a little while. These runners are averse to that a little bit. You know, they don't really... What's the potential final outcome? It's red with all this confusion. Yeah, see? Seven Swords, yeah? It's straight up. Does it end in communication in the month? It might. You know, the Seven of Swords can be communication. In the Rider Waite, it's that person running with the Five Swords, looking back at the Two Swords, you know, always looking back. It's the fox here in this one with the one eye open, looking at you. Somebody here is confused because of their own bullshit. We got to see if they get past the bullshit. Because August is very much a get real month. All right, we got Neptune's already retrograde in Pisces. Right, and I'm pulling on the whole month here, the month as a whole. We got Neptune already retrograde in Pisces. We got a Pisces full moon that ends the month, and Uranus will be retrograde by the time that happens too. You know, which all of that adds. Well, it's an element of knowing what can be done and what can't be done. What's fantasy and what's reality. All right. All right. Well, we'll see. We're going to have to clarify this reading. We're going to talk to the witches, which randomly at the bottom, by the way, when I pick it up, I did not know that was there. Is the Four of Cups. Their fear. Let's pull on the High Priestess. Let's go. Well, it's a deceptive month. I got deception that ends it. It is. It's deceptively calm. Anytime I talk about a month or an energy that's on the surface seems calm, but underneath there's a powerful current. There's a lot going on. That's deceptive because we live on the top. Right? We float on a boat on top of that energy. You don't know what's going on underneath there. You know? All right. Let's go. The High Priestess. Let's go. What's going on? And these runners, On the DF side, which is primarily the non-runner, you're okay with what might come in. You know, a lot of you have grown and you're looking for change, and you know, you're okay with it. For the runners, they imagine a shark underneath there. You know, they get a whole lot of craziness going through their heads. Feel all of that here. But first, we're going to talk about the High Priestess. The energy of your connection, which again the lovers came out in conjunction with. What's going on here with the High Priestess? What's going on? Yeah. The King of Wands. Yeah. The King of Wands. It's not really a Burger King energy. It's something about, and a lot of this, with the High Priestess, I really feel a lot of Lionsgate energy here, so I'm going to focus on that. It really is coming out because it's a dominant energy throughout the month. Something about the nature of this is giving them some confidence. There's an energy that says, the King of Wands makes you believe anything is possible, but the King of Wands also thinks they can do anything, right? And if they don't, they'll just cover for it, kind of a thing. It's a bit of that. There is some confidence here. There's a lot of passion here, though. Part of that undercurrent is a lot of passion. A lot. What's on top? Yeah, the 6. Look, he's even floating on the water. I just got done talking about you're in a boat, right? There he is. The water looked calm, doesn't it? And the 6 of Swords is about moving into calm water. So what is this saying? Again, I've got a 7 swords on the table. This is saying it's going to seem like everything's kind of calm and placid. This guy here just paddling like there's no big deal. But underneath the surface is a stir. It's a passionate energy. There's a lot going on within another person attached to you. A lot. The waters are raging underneath here. You don't know. He's just riding on the top. All right, why is the 6 of Swords here? The Queen of Swords. Oh, wow. That's wicked. This is, again, it's tied to a lot of things. Part of what's going on is this fear that, again, they're going to meet, because your energy, strangely, is attached to this. They're afraid to come towards you. They are. There's no doubt. But when there's an undertow, the reason they tell you not to surf in water like that is because you might get pulled out to sea. Right? You fall off the board, you might not be able to regain, and you'll get pulled out. They're both drawn to you and afraid, and there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot. And truth is, I believe the universe is even saying here, the way the energy flows, they come right towards you, in spite of the confusion, in spite of any kind of deception they might be telling themselves. You know, it just reads that way. I don't know. We're going to see what happens here. What goes on in the 3D here? That's a very interesting energy. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to throw one card for that. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to, because there's a lot attached to that energy. Why'd you throw the Queen of Swords here? Give me one crossing card on that. Right? Give me one crossing card on the Queen of Swords. Why is that here? I'm grabbing the little animal deck. I just want to see. Oh, yeah, because they're coming. It's 2 of Cups. They feel, I don't know why, it's the truth of this connection, because this is your connection here. The truth of this connection here makes them feel good. And again, they try to fight it. They try to. But at the end of the day, there's an energy here bringing you two together. Whatever that energy is, the energy is bringing 2 soulmates together, is trying to balance, is one way I could put it. All right, so whatever happens here, the energy is trying. It's almost like the universe is saying, I'm trying, Steve, I'm trying. Yeah, it is up to their free will, though. You know, it is. Your energy is attached to that for sure. But so is theirs. There's a bit of determination along with it. Why is the confusion here? Tell me about the 7 of Cups. Very interesting. Why is the 7 of Cups here? Tell me about this confusion. What is it? What is it? What is it? What? Yep, it's the Emperor. It's that energy, that's the environmental energy around the confusion. Why are they confused? I mean, there's this intention to come towards you. It's coming from the depths of the soul. There's passion here with wands. There's passion here. Why is that confusing? Why does that feel like, oh God, maybe it's bullshit. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe I'm not. Because this is an energy here when I have this of someone who who thought they made all the right choices. They did. I got all this stuff. I'm good, right? I got my suit of armor. I'm protected here in my little world with all my shit, right? They thought they did the right thing, and now they have to face facts that they didn't. They want something else. All this stuff isn't making them happy. Whatever that is to you, whatever that stuff is for your person individually, could be anything. It could be their relationship. Could be a little some sort of blankie around them, right? And it's not making them happy. And that's confusing when we realize we've got things wrong. And what do I always tell you about human nature? People don't like to admit they're wrong, right? It'll be the downfall of humanity one day. It will. What's going on top? If you admit you're wrong, you turn around and then you get things right. It's why we never get things right. People don't admit they're wrong. Hopefully you guys do, and I've taught you that. Anyway, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it's everything I said. That's your energy attached to this. It's also a bit of the security blanket on their side. You're part of the security blanket. The old security blanket, the suit of armor and all the shit, isn't working for them anymore. You're now the new security blanket. And that's frightening to them. It's confusing. Okay, I'll put it that. It is frightening. We do have fear all over this reading. Yeah. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here before I open my mouth? Yeah, the Knight of Wands. It's bringing them right to you. It makes them... I've said this before. It's like this emperor is sitting here, right? And he's looking out over these people. They want what you got. All this stuff. It's very confusing. I have all this stuff. I'm rich. I got, just using it as an example. I'm not saying your person's rich. I got a suit of armor. I got all this gold around me. I got a throne. And this emperor wants what these people got, which is what? Freedom, liberation. All suffering, as the Buddhists teach us and energy backs up, comes from attachment to things, right? I just watched my elderly neighbors move. They're elderly. They have to move because they're running out of money. It's too expensive here. They lost their management job at the condo whatever, and their rent got jacked. I just watched them move. They're in their late 70s, early 80s, and they had 5 or 6, it was 5 moving pods were full of stuff. Not one moving pod, 5 moving pods worth of stuff. And these old people out there in the sun moving stuff in there and filling it up. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time as I'm watching this, I'm thinking, why are you taking all that shit with you? You're moving clear across the country and you're bringing 5 pods worth of crap with you. Man, if I had to move across the country, I'd take a duffel bag, a couple of guitars, and a laptop. That's it. It'd all fit in the back of my little hatchback. And then off I go. I don't want all that crap. There's no freedom with that, And then what do they do if the new place doesn't work out? 5 more pods? Well, it's kind of the energy that's here. This person has all this stuff, all this junk, and it's just making them miserable. And you're not miserable. They're picking up on your energy. You read as the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. It's bringing them right to you. In a brave, impulsive action, I say they come towards you, But they're coming towards you in an energy of confusion. Let's be honest. It is confusion still, which, again, might be them showing up. We'll see when we clarify. It might be showing up them showing up in a deceptive way. You may not get. Again, keep in mind the concept, because all energy is connected. Everything is connected. So energy is in layers. They may show up. How it is on the surface, how they are on the surface is not how they are underneath. Same kind of concept that's going on with your connection. Your connection, calm on the surface. Underneath, it's a lot of passion, a lot of love, a lot of everything. All right. What's going on? I've explained the energy as best I can, but that picture tells the story right there. His longing looking over here. Right. 2 of Wands. Why is it here? Tell me about it. In the soul. It can be a card. As a card, it's setting the intention, right, for something new. Sure. But they're bringing a lot of baggage with them. I told my neighbor's story for a reason. They got this energy, whoever I'm pulling on here, has a lot of baggage attached. It's emotional baggage mostly. They're not coming with pods or anything. Yeah, it fall on the floor. It fell like this, 6 of Cups. Yep, somebody's showing up. Why is the 6 of Cups here? 9 Swords. Again, there's this, that doesn't belong in the soul. And I have to be, I get it now. This is reversed energy. This fell on the floor reversed. I thought it was a mistake. It's not. No, I'll put it upright. It doesn't really matter, but if you trust me, that's reversed energy. There's the Nine of Swords here. This person here is feeling this, and it's causing them a lot of anxiety, but they're both coming and not at the same time. It's sort of like that person on the Two of Wands who's looking at holding the one wand, but the other wand is still there, kind of thing. The way I would read the card that way, it's a bit like that. It's more about the baggage they're coming with. Yeah, the Four of Swords is here. All right, thinking about coming towards you. It's that always planning, never doing. Thinking about it brings a lot of healing to this person. Yet the reason they're not doing anything about it is because of this confusion energy. It flows over here to confusion. There's a lot going on here, and I'm just going to flip this because it is reversed energy. It's what's keeping them from, the only thing keeping you guys apart is that image right there. That's it. Again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Somebody's too worried that, what's their fear? Their fear is that that they're going to make a fool of themselves, that it's all pie in the sky, that you've moved on, all of that. They now want something they didn't want before. And they're telling themselves all sorts of fairy stories, creating confusion in their own mind. When the soul is like, I've already made the plan, let's go. It's sort of like the soul already booked the airline ticket. It's got the car waiting outside to take them to the airport, right? Energetically speaking. And they're dilly-dallying in the house. Well, I don't know, oh gosh, maybe they're not going to be there. Maybe they've already, a whole bunch of maybes. A whole bunch of maybes. Okay. I think this month sort of puts those down. I don't think they have the ability to be the excuse machine they normally are. And I wrote that in my write-up. But I think that occurs more toward the end of the month. I mean, I would have to say, I think during this reading is primarily, taking all of the energy of the month as a whole. So, and a big part of that is that Lionsgate Lake. That's going to be a very interesting reading. Jesus. All right, the Lovers. Why is it here? Why'd you give me this? The universe is like adamant. They're coming anyway. I mean, the energetic door is open. I'm just trying to explain what the hesitation is. If we were to just do a surface read, yeah, somebody's showing up. We saw it in the pre-shuffle, right? Even though they're afraid, they come anyway. And you may see readings like that for August. That's just surface. Underneath, there's always psychological issues and emotional issues. If it was that simple, they would have done it a long time ago. Why is the Lovers here? Well, but they're definitely feeling you, no doubt. So this is going to talk more about what's going on underneath the surface, I think. I could be wrong. All right. Let's go. All right, Lovers. Yep, it is. I'm right. How about that? Bottom card, overall environmental energy, Eight of Wands. Yep. The environmental energy underneath the surface. Underneath it is the Eight of Wands. It's forward movement. There's a lot happening. Although on the surface, it's all a bunch of bullshit with this person dilly-dallying around. The ticket's been purchased. The car's parked outside to take to the airport. We're going on the damn trip. Okay? It's just on the surface, somebody here is da-da-da-da-da. There's a little bit of confusion. May seem like nothing's happening. Again, somebody's afraid you've moved on. That's a very strong energy here, whether you have or haven't. And don't come at me and say, well, Steve, that can't be right because I told my person I haven't moved on. It doesn't matter. People don't listen. Under this kind of energy that's around here, this is similar to like a conspiracy theory energy. If somebody's under that kind of energy, there's no turning them around, right? There's no turning them around at all. Even with absolute evidence, hard, irrefutable evidence, they will not change their opinion. They won't. This is a very dangerous energy for anyone to be in. These runners, it's I don't want to say it's dangerous, it's just painful. It's just painful. So you could tell them, I haven't moved on, and they won't believe it. They won't believe it until they come and see. It's an energy where you've got to actually go and stand there and see what will happen. What's going on top? Underneath the surface, that's exactly what they're doing. It's what the energy's trying to get them to do with that Eight of Wands there. What's on top? See? The Lovers. On top of the Lovers. Proof of everything I just told you. Absolute proof. And the Lovers was the reason we're here. Now I've got 2 Lovers from 2 separate decks crossed by an 8 of Wands in the message from the universe, which is talking to us about what's going on underneath the surface. You guys are coming together. You're already together in the 5D when I get this. There's more going on than what you realize with these runners. And you can tell them all you want, you haven't moved on. That's their fear. They have to get past that. There's fear of, it's almost like somebody who's afraid of, just as an example, somebody who's afraid of looking stupid. Right? That's it. That alone stops most people from taking the chances that life requires, that this energy requires. You take your shot. Afraid of looking stupid. Well, if you don't ask, you don't get. Right? Ah. All right. All right, here we go. Lovers, why is it here twice? Hermit. Yeah. Listen, it doesn't get any more solid than that. That's all major arcana here, crossed by an 8 of Wands and the environmental. And so this is showing the flow, very powerful undercurrent of the energy. This is showing, again, why is the Lovers here twice? Well, because of the Hermit. Because they're being shown the way. The door is open. The ticket's been bought. The car is outside to take us to the airport. Let's go. It's time to go. It's time to do something. And then we come over here to the potential final outcome, which is a very confusion, read with this, 7 of Swords. So what's the final here? Why is the 7 of Swords here? Why am I looking at this fox? I'm drawn right to his eye. That's it. Right there. All right. What's the final on this? So what's the potential final outcome for you in this? Well, since this is your reading and that's how the energy is reflecting back at me in this particular instance, right? The potential final outcome for you is some sort of bullshit. Somebody showing up in a deceptive way. What's deceptive? Well, whatever's happening on the surface is deceptive. What's the reality? The reality is there's a lot going on underneath here. A lot. All right, let's go. 7 of Swords. It's a very confusing energy coming off of this. Doesn't surprise me. These cards are read with these. However, I like to note there's a Knight of Wands there. So, all right, let's go. Incoming. All right. Yeah, they're holding something back. They show up, but they're holding something back. 9 Wands. 9 Wands. If they just stop worrying and being afraid to be vulnerable, if they just stop being afraid of what someone else thinks, and it's not just you, they probably do this throughout their life, worried about what might happen. You know, a lot of times in extreme cases, you get people who are afraid to go do things, afraid to do anything, afraid to go stand in line at the DMV because they're afraid what might happen. Oh, maybe I'll have to pee. What if I have to pee? You know, they run through all sorts of crazy scenarios and stuff that people do every day. I don't want to go to the grocery store because what if I trip, or what if I don't look right? You know, all these what ifs and things like that. It's a lot. There's a lot of anxiety in your person. There's no doubt about it. And that 6 of Cups is reversed. All right. Oh. What's on top? Tower. Listen, they are going, I don't even know how to phrase this properly, so I'm just going to say batshit catawampus crazy. Emotional breakdown like mad on one level of the energy, because this is read with you. This is your energy attached to this Queen of Pentacles. Okay? This person desperately wants something here. Wants something. Wants to know how you're so free. Remember that Emperor longingly looking at those people sitting there. Why you don't have a suit of armor, you don't have a throne, you don't have all this gold. Why are you so fucking good? Why are you doing so well? Right? Drives them crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's one layer of energy. The other layer of energy where it pertains to communication here, what did I tell you? I already said it, rewind, and I wrote about it in my write-up on August. When the water is calm on the surface and there's a lot going on underneath, that's a recipe for things happening very suddenly. All of a fucking sudden, somebody shows up. The energy around the connections during the month of August is deceptive. Okay? And that's the primary energy coming off of this. The other energy, the environmental energy, is the 9 of Wands. A wall, and we've been talking about this, a wall that has separated you guys is getting thin. It's getting real thin. Their resistance to coming towards you is getting thin. But they are holding something back still, even if you communicate with this person. Why is the Tower here? 5 of Cups. Yeah. No doubt. This is the card, one of the two cards that ends, this and the Three of Swords, typically ends the separation phase in the soulmate cycle, typically in right context. In this context, for sure, because I've got a Tower, which is explosive, right? And I've got what's already looked like explosions going on here. What the universe is trying to tell me is, when I look out here, it's scorched earth, right? The energy is trying to tell me this Tower is already fallen on one level. It's already fallen. We're already, before August even starts, we're already in a Tower moment. They're already going batshit, catawampus, emotional breakdowns, things like that. There's a picture right there of your person in a little bikini top. Okay? Male or female, it doesn't matter. This energy of this particular witch they're focused on those two cups. And where did we see the two cups? Right there. It was that extra card I pulled. It's right here. And it was crossing this Queen of Swords. Which is, again, how they see you. But it doesn't matter. Somebody's coming to get it. All right? It's a brave, impulsive action with a lot of deception attached to it, a lot of holding back. But it's a powerful energy. You could get, under this energy, I'll just home spin it. Under this energy, you could get someone to open up very easily. You know, simply by, if they come in and they tell you how they feel, say, call them on it. Say, I think you feel more. Tell me more about how you need, you know, again, you could crack this open. They're already right on the edge of it. There's a lot of regret here. There is. It does bring them to you, yes, but there's a huge but attached to it. So this is one of those readings where they ran from you, they regret it, they're turning around and coming back. Yes, that's true on the surface, like I said already. But underneath, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of confusion about why. There's even resentment and jealousy towards you here for a few of you. There's a lot of that going on here, all right? Yep. But I get an energy of somebody rolling in for sure. All right. And it's very sudden. When you think it's over, you know, because your energy is attached to all this too. If I'm to read it from your side, the moment you think it's over, it's not. All right. You know, it happens very suddenly. I believe it. I just wish they weren't so afraid. I wish there wasn't fear attached to it. When there's fear attached to things, we tend to hold back. So, that being said, let's pull 3 more cards from the universe. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Anything else you want to tell the viewer here? Anything else? Anything else? Let's see. Let's see where we go. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. I said to myself while I was shuffling, I said, if I see a devil, I got to do an extended. Because I could feel the devil energy here. It's here. And I almost said, I'm surprised I haven't seen the devil. There's your devil. I got a devil. Oh, look at these fucking cards. Devil, Judgment, Queen of Cups, the most love I could pull, red with the devil, and the Hermit, which is one of the messages from the universe, again, coming out again in the environmental energy around Judgment. These cards just sum up this whole reading, but add a devil element to it. There's something that probably happened that either you know about, or I think a lot of you don't, that happened with this person that warped their perception of love and giving love. Okay? There's something. We got to go pull on this devil here. All right? Because on one level, it is obsession with giving the full cup, and yeah, they have a lot of love for you, or none of this would be happening. Right? Because for a lot of you, your person's married or in a relationship. So if they were happy, right? We already know that was a very sad emperor, and I got proof of that with this card here, which is red with these, and that sad emperor was crossing there. Yep, this is somebody who wants a second chance with you, but they're bringing with them a lot of confusion, a lot of deception, a lot of fear, a lot of it to give the full cup. It's very strange. It's very, very, very strange energy. I don't even have an analogy for it other than somebody coming to give you a full cup of love, but you order a full cup of love and they bring you a half full cup. And the other half, and they cut it with something. It's like a bar that's trying to cheat you, and you order a whiskey straight up, but they water half of it. They pour half and they water it down, sort of a thing. It's a bit like that. It's a bit of watered down Queen of Cups. We got to pull on it because this implies something pretty major happening on their side as well. So I will, as I always usually, pretty much always, I extend the overview reading for the month. I'll extend it because we got to pull on that. We'll see what's going on their side. We'll see what all this fear is about. We'll see there is some resentment towards you. I'm going to pull on that Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to pull on you, okay, in relation to them. I'll open the reading with pulling on you like I always do. We'll see what August means for you. But I'm also going to pull on this energy as it pertains to them, your energy attached to them in the extended as well. Because there's some resentment and jealousy. Like, why are you doing so well? I'm the one with the suit of armor and all the gold, all that kind of stuff. All of it stems from there's a lot of, man, I would love to sit down with some of these runners and just, I could write a psychology paper on it. It's crazy. All right, that's it. If you want the extended, there's going to be a link in the description for sure. I said if I get a devil, and sure enough, it was right there. I can't even believe it. All right, we'll see what's going on here. We'll dig a little deeper. But if you're not going to the extended, yes, I would expect there's a good chance for communication. I can't predict free will, but yeah, absolutely. The energy it's driving them in. They're going batshit crazy over you. But again, they're probably not going to open up fully. There's some deception attached to it. And that the deception that's in the calm on the top, right, of things applies even when they show up. It's there. So read between the lines when you're having a conversation with them, right? Look at their body language if you can. But definitely when you read something, read between the lines. They're saying more than what they're saying. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. Now, I'm going to go pull some wicked voodoo on a devil and a Queen of Pentacles. All right. Good luck.